Hello everyone, this is Chrism, and I'd like to welcome you to a conversation about your Kundalini awakening experience. Right now I'm in Ireland with Amelia Centara, who is taking the video. Thank you, Amelia. You can see it's quite windy outside, so hopefully that's not distorting my voice at all. In this conversation I'd like to talk with you about death. I'd like to talk with you about what it means to be Kundalini awakened and experience death. In many ways, within the Kundalini experience, we're constantly experiencing a death of the old self that we used to be, a death of some of the old mannerisms and behaviors that we used to have. Sometimes it's very important to realize that death is merely a factor of change and a transformation into a new life, which is what Kundalini is. It is that transformation into a new life, a new way of understanding your environment, and I mean your inner environment and your outer environment, as well as appreciating the person that you once were. Now you may need to want to appreciate the person that you're becoming, the enlightened person that you're becoming. Often in our society, when we view death, we're talking about the death of the corporeal body and the elevation of the soul into the next expression. And this too is a part of the death that we have to appreciate. It's going to happen to all of us. It's going to happen to all of us. We all get to walk that journey. It is nothing to fear. More so, if you were going to choose to fear something, fear not being loving enough, fear not being compassionate enough or willing enough to help another. Those are the things that you may want to consider. If you have to have a fear, let's go that way with it. Not fear of your mortality. All things pass away. With Kundalini, however, we're passing away all the time. As our Kundalini develops through us, and we have the Kriyas, and we have the heat, or the cold, or the entities, or any of the many symptoms of Kundalini upon the human system, we accept that death. We accept that change. And I would encourage you to look at the new patterns of expression that the Kundalini is offering you and accept that change. Accept the death of the old self, the old person that is slowly but surely passing away. It's very important for you to do this, because if you're not being able to accept the transformation or the death of the old person, then you're resisting some of those changes, and the resisting of the Kundalini can have difficult consequences. So I would encourage you to really begin to accept the new person that you're becoming, the new birth, the birth of the enlightened soul. Now, just because you have Kundalini at the beginning stages, you have that wonderful spinal sweep, it doesn't immediately give you enlightenment. It gives you a taste of it. And then as the Kundalini furthers its journey within its transformation of you, you begin to exfoliate, or to begin the removal of the behavior patterns that the Kundalini does not want you to continue to have. Hatred, grudges, greed, things of that nature. You can, the 7 deadly sins if you're a Christian, or, you can begin to focus on the 8 limbs of the Buddhist path. You can see I'm getting rained on here. It's important work. It's important work for you to do in accepting the new self that is developing. You're not crazy. You're not sick. You don't belong in a psych ward. You don't belong on drugs. You're Kundalini awakening. And those those people around you who are not Kundalini awakened typically will not understand. So you need to hold fast in your acceptance of the transformation, of the death that is occurring to the old self that more closely resembles those who are not awakening. So constantly you're being reminded of how you once were as opposed to how you're becoming. Look at that. Be okay with that. As the French say, vive la différence. Oui? D'accord. Accept the change that is occurring for you. It is not accidental. It is on purpose. And it's on purpose inside of a society that doesn't recognize the change. There's a reason for that too. Death is a blessing. It is a blessing. And as the death of the cells in your body rejuvenate and add to themselves through replication, so will you, through your acceptance of the Kundalini transformation, begin your upward journey into enlightenment. So coming to you from Ireland, this is Chrism, and I thank you for watching.